it's FYF Sports, man. It's Lamont here. Lamont and Steph, man. We back. Another podcast episode. Today, we're just going to be talking again about the NBA bubble. We've already talked about some of the teams who we thought could surprise us in the bubble. Today we're just going to focus on some of the top teams and who we think's the best of the best. Before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, man. Make sure you do that. So you can stay informed on all the latest and newest videos we have coming in. So, we like to, before we get, start the shows, we love to reach out to staff. The goal is to eventually get some sponsors for this show. Again, we got a lot of empty walls behind us. Again, if you're a company out there, we can get your, we can get your information on the walls around us, man. We can get your logo, we can get your slogan. Your name can be on the overlay on the screen. Again, we need some sponsors. Again, these are the things that help keep this show going. So, Steph, hopefully you got some good news for us. Let us know about the sponsors we got for FYF Sports.
Well, right now we don't have any sponsors, but the good thing about what's going on, just like Lamont said, you can be a sponsor. Look, man, my wall is blank. It's blank for a reason because I'm waiting for those sponsorships. You feel what I'm saying? But a good thing about that is, all the sponsors, I hope you're paying attention because we are growing. We only been at this for what is it going on 2 months now, maybe, and we're close to 8,000 subscribers. Like, that's crazy. I didn't even see this happening. Lamont, what about you? Did you see this happening so fast?
No, I mean I knew we would grow. I didn't think we would grow at this clip. I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm saying we all would think that we can definitely do this, but I didn't. I mean, come on, I'll be lying if I say we can do that in two months, a month or something. I'm lying if I would say something like that. So again, man, that goes to show you all the love and support, which I am thankful and grateful for, and we're gonna keep grinding.
Yeah, it's just like when on the road, like going into this is. You see all these YouTubers with 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers. Now, once you actually start doing it yourself, you really start to appreciate the grind. A lot of late nights up editing, doing a lot of extra work.
The bags under your eyes, people think I'm high all the time.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's a lot more work. It takes a lot of work to get these videos produced. It's not just filming and just putting them on YouTube. It's a lot of production that goes behind the scenes. That's why we need you guys to subscribe and hit that notification bell because, again, that type of support that helps us. That helps us, get these videos out to you. That's gonna, as far as the future goes, that's gonna help us finance the channel and keep the channel afloat. So again, make sure if you can't donate to the channel, make sure you are supporting us by hitting that subscribe button. So. But again, thus far, we definitely appreciate everybody's support. And I really appreciate the engagement. When you look in the comments to some of these videos, we see a lot of people reaching out. Whether it's positive or negative, we don't care. Right. Just reach out. Let us know what you think. And we take all feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Yeah. All right. So today, we're going to be talking about championship odds in the NBA Orlando bubble. Championship odds. When we're talking about championship odds, what teams have realistic chances of winning the NBA championship this year? And I know, I'm sure if Steph saw it, but there was a clip of Austin Rivers doing an interview, and he basically said there's realistically only about 4 teams can win it all. Now, we're going to kind of break that down. I think there's a few more teams than just 4 that can realistically win it all. But, again, we never know. We're going to go ahead and break that down team by team. We're going to start off with Steph. Steph, what are your teams do you feel are title favorites going into this bubble? And just kind of let us know why you feel they're your favorites.
Okay, so that Austin River thing just really caught me off guard. Because I'm looking in the air like 4 teams. If I would have to pick 4 off the top, I'm thinking Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, and
just two.
Maybe the Celtics. Those are the people that those are teams I like. Of course, I like the Houston Rockets, but I mean, just given to what they've been doing season after season after season, I just don't see them winning a damn thing, bro.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite to win it all?
Man, I, everyone knows I'm a Laker fan, bro. I have to say that every time, but I like the Clippers, bro. I just feel like they have a deeper bench. Their shooters, defense, um, size wise. The Lakers, of course, we have that, but um, I don't know how is that going to play a factor though? Because I mean, everyone on the Clippers bench can put the ball in the basket though. So those those would be my favorite. Them and then the Lakers. Bucks,
All
they
right.
still want to show me. I know they're the number one team in the NBA, but
I would say my title favorites are going to be the Clippers and the Bucks. I think playing in this bubble is going to be all about the best defensive teams.
right,
We already know what the Bucks can do defensively, so I
yes,
know for a fact that teams are going to struggle to score the ball consistently just coming off this break. So it's going to be about the teams that just can lock up the most consistently, and the team that showed us that on a night in and night out basis has been the Bucks. With Giannis leading the way, Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe. I mean, they're stout defensively, and they got guys who can come off the bench like DiVincenzo, and who can also defend as well. Sterling Brown, they're deep as well. Again, they just have
right.
a lot of names that they're not household names,
I
but
just see, I just don't see the Bucks because I mean, in the playoff atmosphere, it's a 7 game series. They're locking down on one team, so everyone's watching that one. The opponent's watching that one team, so they're going to be able to scheme defensively and offensively as well. What Giannis is doing, getting the ball and just running up the court and dunking, that shit's not happening in the playoffs. So what else is he going to be able to do? I understand he's gotten better at shooting the ball, but I don't. Me personally, I don't see.
well, I
I don't
think
see it,
that's
bro.
all. I think with the Bucks, again, my theory going into this bubble is that teams are going to struggle offensively, and that I feel like teams are going to struggle offensively, and if teams struggle offensively, it's going to be about getting stops and
Yeah,
getting out and scoring in transition. So
right.
again, there's not much you can do with Giannis in transition. So if teams are missing more shots, uh, if there are more turnovers and the game gets sped up that way, that type of game is going to favor the Bucks. It's going, and that's what I feel. But I think that goes the same with the Clippers. The Clippers can play. The good thing about them is they can play any style. They can play slow. They can play fast. Uh, they can play an ugly game where everybody's missing the shots. I mean, when you have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on your team, and when you look at that bench, they were able to shore up that bench with Reggie Jackson. Um, he was he was basically the fix to Lou Williams' defense. Lou Williams was basically a shadow on defense. And he started to become so much of a liability that they couldn't even play him late in the season. And so his production started to tail off uh, because he wasn't given enough offensively to make up for his bad defense.
Right, right.
So they bring Reggie Jackson in. We know he can defend and he can make open shots. You got Morris in there.
Yeah,
You still got Montrezl Harrell and Zubac.
right.
So again, they're just across the board. They're extremely deep. But again, we don't know what's going on with Paul George,
Or
uh,
Shamit.
or Shamit. So but they're deep enough to overcome that. I just don't see them winning it without either Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. So as long as those two play, they're still going to be in my favorites
Right.
to win it all. But overall, I have the Bucks favorites to win it all. I just think they have the perfect team.
Win it all.
Yeah, I think the Bucks have the perfect team for this type of setting. No home court advantage. No one's gonna have home court advantage. Teams are gonna be rugged offensively. I feel like the best defensive team's gonna win, and the Bucks are the best defensive team. So that's why I at least would choose that team. But then you also have some title favorites right outside of the elite teams, and so now we're talking about the Raptors, the Sixers, the Celtics, teams like that. Like outside of just the top elite four, are there any teams, right outside of those that you feel have a shot to win it all?
Yeah, the Celtics. The Celtics. I like. The 76ers. I don't know, man. They've been tripping, bro. But The Celtics, I will put the Sixers in there that can give that team or the Bucks a scare for sure. Those two teams, and then of course, I mean, regardless of what I said about the Rockets, I mean, you still have to put them up there at the end of the day. That's another team. Anybody off the back of my hand that I could think of in the West? Nah.
Yeah, I like the Celtics. I've already talked about the Celtics in the past.
Yeah.
I like their coaching. I like their young players. I like their playoff experience. So the Celtics are definitely in contention. My team that's kind of right on the fringe, and I think they just based on some recent developments that I've heard, they've kind of bumped themselves up as the Portland Trailblazers. They have Zach Collins and Nurkic coming back. You know, Zach Collins, you have a 7-foot guy who can play small forward, power forward, or center. He can shoot the three. He can defend at an elite level. We have Nurkic the same way. He can score on the low post and he can defend. He's a good rim protector. And when they still have Whiteside, so when you're talking about a team that has the length and the size to match up with the Lakers, and we know the Lakers have JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, the Portland Trailblazers are one of the few teams with 3 high-level bigs who can play with the Lakers big. So that would be an interesting matchup to see Portland and LA in that first round, which could potentially happen. But again, the team that the Lakers saw in the regular season with Portland was not the team. It's not going to be the team that they see now. We see a Carmelo Anthony who's rededicated himself to being in shape.
Yeah, man.
You know, with his new, they're calling him Skinny Mello now. He's probably dropped 15 to 20 pounds of weight. They're going to be moving him to small forward. So we know they're going to go with a bigger lineup because they're moving Melo to small forward. They're probably going to bring Zach Collins in at power forward, and they're going to go with Nurkic or Whiteside at center. So when you're looking at that size right there.
Is Rodney Hood coming back as well?
I don't know. Rodney Hood's not going to be back. He's out.
Okay.
Rodney Hood is out. But again, we're looking at.
That would have been big too.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles. He's done.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But
okay. I didn't know exactly what he did.
Yeah, so he's out. But when we're looking at the size that they're going to potentially be starting, again, I love Zach Collins at that power forward position. He can stretch the floor. Whiteside or Nurkic, either one of those guys at the center position, and then with Melo at small forward, and then you got CJ and Dame. I like that big lineup because it helps supplement the bad defense of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And whenever they've had players who could help offset that bad defense, they've been really successful. So I'm curious to see how Portland does as well. So that right there is really, really going to be a good matchup that I'm looking forward to see.
But I can respect Dame. Like, I understand he's not known as a defender, or some might even say, like you said, it's a bad defender, but he doesn't go and guard nobody else. He guards who he's supposed to. Like, he'll guard Russell Westbrook. He guards the best point guards on the team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he do his best. I mean, not everybody does that. So
well, I mean, that he's trying. What happens with Lillard? What they do with Lillard is they continually use high ball screens to put Lillard in bad ISO matchups.
Yeah.
And this is what every NBA team does. They're going to run pistol sets all day until they find the worst matchup. And the goal is to get, guys either a big on the perimeter for a bad ISO matchup. And if the shot clock's running down, well, whoever Lillard is guarding has the best ISO matchups. And that's what some teams are starting to do, even with CJ as well. And when they lost guys like Aminu and Mo Harkless, who were those lengthy defenders that could kind of help make up for that, then you started to see the Blazers have trouble this year because they lost that additional defensive help that they've normally had over the years. So I have Portland being a surprise team this year. Do you like Denver or Dallas?
I don't think they stand a chance.
I don't know.
Like playoff.
Atmosphere.
I don't think so.
I think at the end of the day, I think everybody is thinking about NBA basketball as they know it. NBA basketball as they know it is with 20,000 fans in the stadium, screaming and hollering TNT. This is not going to be the same basketball. It's going to be.
It's not, which I definitely understand that, but I still feel like they're not going to stand a chance.
I think they will. I think this year we're going to see more upsets than we have in the NBA. More upsets because there's no home court advantage.
It's going to be fun to watch, though.
It's going to be fun to watch. So
it's going to be fun to watch, though. seeing that, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot to talk about. I see an upset like on some like Dallas beat the Lakers or something. You know what I'm saying? Some extravagant type of upset, bro. Yeah, there's gonna be some talks for sure.
All right, hey, there we go, guys. So these are the teams that we kind of feel are championship ready. But again, this bubble is really, really gonna show the real from the fake. It's like I said, there's no home court advantage. It's not a natural environment. It's just, I think it's really going to come down to just who's most prepared and ready to go. And some of the things that I've been looking at, and there's a lot of people who don't pay attention to this stuff. But I see a lot of, I'm looking at the teams with players who you have guys complaining about accommodations in the hotels and things of that nature. So when I see teams, and you got a lot of players on certain teams complaining about accommodations, and you're worried about the wrong thing, I know now that you're not focused. And when you're going into a bubble situation like this and you're playing games and you're not focused, I don't see how you win.
Some of these players hasn't been eating healthy anyway. They say eating like steaks every day and all this other stuff. That's what they're used to. Knowing that's not good.
I mean, it's just the small things that I look at. But right now,
that's what I'm saying. That's like, it's not that deep. It's not like they're not feeding you.
No, it's not the complaints. I don't care about the complaints that they're making. It's the fact that they are complaining, and it just kind of tells me where your head is. And so when you have guys complaining about accommodations, I can only use these things to nitpick if you're going to be ready or not. Now, I could be completely wrong. We could see games play and everything could go completely different. But again, these are our championship odds for FYF Sports. Again, I think we kind of both agree Lakers, Clippers, Bucks are going to be the teams to beat. But it's definitely some real opportunities for teams like the Rockets, Raptors, Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, huh?
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it's so weird not saying the Warriors.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'll let you continue, bro.
No. It's the Warriors. Hey, but they are going to be, at least the Warriors, those young guys are going to have some type of basketball. It looks like the NBA is going to be planning a second playoff bubble. We'll be talking about that in another episode. But for now, again, it looks like we have about, I think we can say that there's about 6 to 7 teams that have a legitimate chance of winning it this year in this current playoff format. So, Steph, you got anything for us on the way out?
Oh no, man! Like I always say, thanks for the love and support, and we're gonna keep grinding. I appreciate all you guys, each and every one of you, all through the bad comments, the good comments. It doesn't matter, man. It's all love and support. So I'm thanking for it.
All right, hey guys, we appreciate all the support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, please. Follow us on social media if you haven't. All right, links in the description for everything that you need to see. Whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, click those links. Follow us on all social media. And again, if you don't follow us for anything else, follow and engage in the content just for the prizes. We just gave out some prizes Friday. The winners were announced the other day. Again, we're going to be doing some more prizes this Friday. So we've partnered up with a company that can help us give out some great prizes. Again, don't miss out on that. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, and engage in the videos. That's not very hard, and you have the opportunity to win some prizes. So that's all we have for today. Been another great podcast episode. It's FYF Sports The Base, and we're out.